If you didn't already see the story of the week, you can go do that, and if not, then let's just keep going. Parsha Re'eh. Hashem tells the people through Moshe that they have two choices. I have to put in front of you a blessing and a curse. If you listen to the commandments, you will get a blessing. But if you don't listen and go your own way and worship idols, then you will receive a curse. Blood. When the people enter the land and bring sacrifices, they must remember to be careful not to eat the blood of the sacrifice. Be strong, Moshe warns. Don't eat the blood, for the blood is the life of the animal, and you cannot eat the life with the meat. You must pour the blood on the ground. False prophets. Moshe explains that the people have to do everything that the Torah tells them to. Don't add to any things I command you, and don't leave out anything I command you. Hashem says, but what if after Moshe dies, a prophet comes and tells the people to do something against the laws of the Torah? What should they do? If a prophet or a dreamer of dreams does wander and tells you to worship idols, Moshe tells them, don't believe him. Such a person is a false prophet. Hashem is just testing you, Moshe continues, to see whether you love God with all your heart and soul. The people must do what the Torah says. The false prophet is to be killed. The laws of kosher food. Moshe repeats some of the laws of kosher foods. Every animal that has completely split hooves and chews its cud is kosher. Chewing cud is when the animal brings up chewed food from its stomach in order to chew it into finer pieces. However, those animals, like the pig, which have only one of these two signs, are not kosher. Every fish that has fins and scales is kosher. There are kosher and non-kosher birds, but today the names of the non-kosher birds mentioned in the Torah are not known. Therefore, a person may only eat the birds which are known in his community to be kosher. Insects may not be eaten. A kosher animal that dies naturally cannot be eaten. The carcass should be given to a non-Jew in Israel who keeps the Noahide laws, or sold to any non-Jew. It is forbidden to cook meat with milk. Maser. Moshe explains that when the Israelites come into the land of Israel, they are to set aside Maser. Maser is a tenth of the fruits and vegetables grown in a field. Then the Maser, together with the firstborn of the cattle and sheep, are to be eaten in Jerusalem. There is another Maser that is given to Levites. After all, the Levite has no land to call his own. And every 3 years, everyone has to give a special Maser for poor people. Shemitah. Every 7 years, the land of Israel has to rest. This is called Shemitah. Moshe tells the people that when the end of the year of Shemitah arrives, a person who lent money to his friend cannot ask for it back. But if a poor person needs money, even in the 7th year, you should lend it to him. You should not say that you don't want to lend him money because Shemitah is coming and you won't get paid back. If you help him, Hashem will bless you in everything you do. A Jewish slave. A Jew who stole or could not pay back what he stole had to work for someone as a slave until he earned enough to pay back his debt. But whether he had earned enough money or not, after 6 years, a Jew who stole became a free man. His master had to give him lots of gifts when he was set free. You must remember, Moses reminds the people, that you were once slaves in Egypt and God freed you. That's why God is telling you to free the slave. The 3 major festivals. In the future, the Jewish people would build a temple in Jerusalem. During the 3 major Jewish festivals, the children of Israel had to bring sacrifices to the temple. Passover. Passover is in the spring because Hashem took the Israelites out of Egypt in the springtime. For 7 days, Moshe explains, you shall eat matzah. It is called the bread of suffering. This is to remind you that you rushed out of Egypt. When the Israelites rushed out of Egypt, the bread they baked had no chance to rise and it remained flat. There can't be any leavened bread in any part of your property for 7 days. Shavuot. Count 7 weeks from the second day of Passover, Moshe announces, and you will then celebrate the holiday of Shavuot. Again, Moses tells the people that this holiday they must remember they were slaves in Egypt. Sukkot. Keep the holiday of Sukkot after you have gathered in your produce. Moshe says, be happy on this holiday, you, your family, the Levite, the stranger, the orphan, and the widow in your community. The holiday of Sukkot is to last 7 days. Okay, so that is the Parsha of the week. If you did not watch the story of the week, you can go do that now, and otherwise, good job, and I'll see you guys next week.